All right, so this is my Islander 36. It's obviously a sloop-rigged sailboat. I bought it in July of 2019. It's a 1979, so it's almost 40 years old, or is 40 years old. Um, Only 14 years younger than I am. And yeah, I got it at a pretty good price, and it's in remarkably great shape, um, considering under the circumstances under which it had been sold, which was that it had just been left with a broker because the previous owner had to, move out of town for a job or family stuff, and then eventually he just told her to get rid of it. So they knocked the price down by almost half of what they normally sell for, and so I wound up picking it up, and it's in, as you can see, remarkably good shape. It has roller furling jib. Right now there's a 100% jib on there, and the sails are in remarkably good shape, much better than I've seen on a lot of other boats. You can see the hull on the gel coat is also in pretty good shape, although once it gets hauled, it could definitely use a very good waxing and polishing, but I honestly don't think the top sides need to be painted. There's a couple of spots on the bow where there definitely needs to be some gel coat repair, where somebody, I guess, came into a dock, a little bit too aggressively. But like the decks are also in remarkably good shape, although the anti-skid pattern is pretty well worn down. So one of the things I'm thinking of doing is painting it with some Kiwi grip to refresh the non-skid and make that a lot more sticky. And you can see, maybe there are some places on the gel coat on the deck that could also maybe use some painting. So we'll have to see about that. That's a longer term project. The decks are in really good shape. These are not cord boats because they were built in the 70s. They're solid fiberglass, and the hatches and everything, the tow rail is all pretty tight, and the portholes, I haven't found any major leaking. We just had a big rainstorm, and so going to go on board, and hopefully the bilges are dry. I just cleaned them, but eventually I want to repaint them. You can see, the sail covers definitely, from having just been out. I did a rough clean just with a brush and some soap, but they could probably use a professional cleaning, laundering, so I'll have to get that done. The Dodger is in really good shape, but some of the covers again need some more extensive cleaning than what I just did just by hand. There's one spot over there where there's a rip that I need to get fixed, but the main sheet and the main traveler are practically brand new. The downhaul, or the boom bang, works really great. The main halyard is in good shape also, as you can see on the other side. It does have a spinnaker pole, and there is a spinnaker that it came with. I haven't had a chance to unpack that or try that out, but there is a track for it, and you can see the lift for the topping lift for the spinnaker pole up there, and I'll have to figure out the downhaul system for that, and I don't know what we have in terms of sheets, but the main thing that had to get done after I bought the boat was just to have the bottom cleaned. So I actually bought some scuba gear, but you can see, I don't know if you can see it with the reflection, but it's already grown back again. So the biggest project you know, for the boat right now as it stands is that I'm going to have to get it hauled and then get fresh bottom paint on the boat, and that would also be a good time to check the through holes and everything. You can see in the cockpit it has 2 self-tailing main winches and also 2 non-self-tailing primary winches. It's got wheel steering, which is really great. The engine runs strong. I just had it serviced. Needs a little work on a few things to really get it going. It also came with a barbecue grill and a radar. I haven't checked out the radar yet to see if it's working. It does have a Garmin GPS chart plotter, which is awesome. And it also has an autopilot, which works great. I haven't checked out the connection yet to see if between the GPS chart plotter and the autopilot. The depth sounder and the speed sensor, I think, are going to need to be replaced or updated. I'd also like to update the engine instrumentation at some point. It's got these great seats in the back. That's a great spot to sit when you're out sailing. Really comfortable, and she handles like a dream when you're out, like even in good wind. I think I do have a larger jib that's also in the forepeak, so I'll have to get that out at some point. But mostly a lot is just cosmetic stuff, and even that, it's not too bad. So that's an introduction, and next we can go down in the hull and sort of look in the interior.